What's going on, Reanimated fam? Just a quick reminder, if you guys want to support us monetarily, please go down to our Patreon link down in the description below. There, you will find various tiers with exclusive access to our Discord server, as well as full reaction videos and skits. Also, if you want to wear some Reanimated gear, check out our Teespring links located under the description in all of our videos. All proceeds will go into funding our channel and providing you all with more great content. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. What's going on, y'all? It's Reanimators, episode 5. We're back in this bitch. It's your boy Sherm Kage. It's your man Long, aka Jet Winded, and it's your man Full Metal Parkers in the building.
Hey.
You know the vibes. But now we're here with episode 5 of Reanimators podcast. So today we're gonna be talking about a few different things. So we're gonna be talking worst live action adaptations, anime where the juice was not worth the squeeze, and we're gonna be talking about Dorohedoro. We're gonna be doing a deep dive into it because our man Long is caught up. He's got some questions.
God, this nigga actually watched the newer anime.
I know.
I cannot believe it.
It's my own fucking section, all right? I'm gonna only talk about it.
Oh yeah, but nah. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today, man. So without any further ado, y'all ready to get it started? All right. So let's get it started with anime where the juice was not worth the squeeze.
Motherfucking Magi. Motherfucking
Magi, really?
Yeah. Nah, I lied. It just left me on some cliffhanger shit and never returned, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not their fault.
Yeah, that's not their fault. All right, let me take some time to think about it for a moment.
Well, if you got to think about it, I have one.
Go for it.
That I can just throw out off rip. Tokyo Ghoul. Easily.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Easily Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
For me personally, after the first season, Tokyo Ghoul fell off hard. Like with the second season, Kaneki is like a whole different person or some shit.
Yeah,
and like
fuck that up.
They deviated severely from the manga. Like everything is just all over the place. I'm like, I don't know what even is going on anymore in this story. Like, so I mean, for me personally, Tokyo Ghoul was definitely a huge letdown. And also, if we're talking letdowns, for me personally, Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, that's a big one for sure.
The ending, I was not satisfied with the ending and the way they wrapped that series up.
Yeah, that was terrible how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fucked up. I wasn't happy with Gurren Lagann, how that shit ended, how that went. I don't think that was worth it at all. That shit was just terrible for the most part. Because everybody just they show the build up with everybody and trying to get to a point and trying to get the world back to normal with their whole squad and shit. Mm-hmm. And then everybody started dying on some fuck nigga shit. And then this nigga Simone, this nigga end up being like the nigga that led niggas to the greatness of all this shit that happened in like to the updated world. Yeah. And the end of the whole fucking series with this nigga damn near being a fucking bum, like an old man and a bum. I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was terrible. Along with that, and then kind of fucking I guess a comic could kill a little bit. Okay,
yeah. I was gonna go that way too.
Yeah, that shit was kind of like I don't know if it was worth it or not. Like,
what you looking at?
Oh my god!
You already know. Ass
list up.
I have the list, boys.
I'm gonna quit this shit.
And I actually found an official website. It's as
don't make it right. Don't make it right.
It's as reputable as I can find. It's actually called the top10s.com. So do you guys want to hear the top 10s just real quick? Yes or no? You have no fucking option.
After we talk about a
That's
comic.
what I'm saying.
After we talk about a comic. So I'm not mad with how it ended.
Okay.
They did deviate from the manga. However, so it's kind of like a double-edged blade. Excuse me. In the sense that it was dope to see how they wrapped everything up and how they had who you thought was the main character die. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking like, yo, like he's not gonna die. He's the main character. And then you read the title of the anime. It's fucking called A Comic Could Kill. Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, a comic's the main character. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh man.
Yeah, they set your eyes on different viewpoints for that whole shit. Like it made you not even totally think about that shit.
Exactly. So I could appreciate though the fact that they were willing to kill off big people because you don't expect that. You don't watch anime and you're like, oh yeah, this pivotal character is gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
You
like
never do.
Literally everybody was dropping like flies. And I'm just like, bro, like I can't emotionally keep watching this shit. Like it's literally beating my emotions ass. Like it's crazy.
Jesus.
My emotions got waterboarded. It was not fun.
Damn, I feel like it's something recent I just watched that I was like, damn, I would not recommend it to nobody. Just because how bad it ended.
Oh man.
Can't think. Can't think. But I know two other animes that kind of was like not worth the squeeze was An anime called Tokyo Ravens. You ever heard of that? Or seen
Tokyo Ravens.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Sounds
Animation is phenomenal. Some more shit, but
Add it to the list.
just led to nothingness. Between that and then another anime called NewAnime. That
Who?
shit, yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence?
NewAnime, Clan the Neura. No.
How do you spell that shit? Like
Nura and
Neura Clan.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's on. I think it's on Netflix now and shit. But it's about a whole bunch of yokais and shit that battle other yokais.
That's a gang, right?
Yokais is like ghosts and spirits. I think it's like the Japanese term for it. It is a game too.
Oh,
But,
I thought them niggas was called what the fuck were they called? Mushin or some shit.
I think
like
they
that?
got numerous names for
There's
this
probably
shit.
numerous
Because even
names,
the yokai game, I think that shit based off like some just ghosts and spirits and shit. But regardless, it had a big lead up and like it really went crazy towards like the third season and then just dropped niggas off and led to nothing at all. It was horrible. I ain't gonna go into depth, but niggas that know, they know. So
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know.
Long.
So,
So did you have any at all outside that bullshit list?
well, I do.
Yo.
That-
We didn't even hit the list yet.
yeah, we haven't heard the list yet. So, the anime that's not worth the squeeze, like, can we talk about, like, I guess, an anime that you're watching right now and, like, maybe the season was shitty? Or-
yeah, as long as a Toy Story don't count.
Ah, shit.
Not go for
Finding
it.
Nemo
Yeah.
don't count either. I was
Finding Nemo's
really,
great.
I was really disappointed in Super, like the ending of Super. It just was so fucking shitty because I really liked the whole concept of the power tournament. Well, let's just go the whole power tournament. At the end, it's stuff that I felt like we saw that shit coming. Like you expect Goku to win and then him to go back on his fucking wish and shit.
Didn't 17
So-
win?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
17
sorry.
won,
Technically,
yeah.
17 won. But I just felt like it was. I wish they would have done something different because that, like, I literally saw that from the beginning of the fucking tournament, and I just think everything
Goku
is
was gonna not win.
not that Goku wasn't gonna win. I just
So you
wish.
go thinking that our universe, we Universe 7?
Yeah, Universe 7. So I would
You
just
knew
think
that
like
we was gonna win. Basically, that's what you're saying, that we was guaranteed to win.
basically I would want them to not win, but still have our world, like just like salvage Earth for somehow,
Oh,
and like
okay, and
find a
fuck
way.
everybody else's
Yeah, but
universe.
we find a way to be salvaged through like maybe the next season. We find out like kind of like a quest to.
So have like a
I see what
redemption
you're
arc.
saying.
Or
Yeah, it's
some
like a
shit.
redemption arc. So
Okay.
because that would only make sense because if you keep doing this shit, it's like I watched Dragon Ball over and over again because they always do this shit. So like, why not have it where? Because what was the last time we really lost everything?
when Kid Buu blew up the Earth.
And
that was a while, though.
For a second, but they
You know what I'm
keep on
saying?
bringing Frieza ass back. So I don't know.
But I mean, I did like the end when they teamed up and stuff like that. But like,
Didn't
it's
Frieza
just,
blow up the Earth too? When he came back in Resurrection of F,
yeah,
and then
so
Whis
yeah.
like reverse time.
he did reverse time because Goku couldn't fucking,
now that I
go
think
over
about
the kill.
Super, didn't Super still have like 2 universes they didn't reveal? Wasn't there 2 out there?
No, they reversed.
What it was like?
Oh, there was because their power level was so strong that they didn't need to go.
They
to
didn't
turn
qualify.
power.
Yeah, that's
Can't
right.
wait for
Yeah.
Super to come
Right.
back. Damn.
So yeah, like I just felt like that, like a redemption arc would have been dope because like other than the Boo like blowing up the Earth, like what are they really? What's the point of having so much like OP characters if they all just win all the time and like not do something to really defend the Earth because it just seemed kind of redundant because like. Yeah, like I said, just why not? Because I don't get it. Because you have now, Ultra Instinct,
Right.
and then from what I'm reading from the manga and stuff like that, or not the manga, but what I've seen online and stuff like that, it'd be easier because like the upcoming arc, I believe it's the. Can I say it? It's okay if I say it, right?
What, Super?
Yeah,
Yeah,
upcoming
go for
arc.
it.
the goat,
Yeah.
like the goat,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, it's
What's
just
his name?
I have no idea.
Something with an M.
Yeah.
Baphomet. It's
Yeah,
like that.
So,
Baphomet.
but I just don't.
Lord.
Why not do something that's a little bit different? Like I'm not asking you to like reinvent the wheel for Dragon Ball Z, but I just need something a little bit different. I want honestly something a little bit darker.
According to the manga shit, I got spoiled on it. They about to go stupid with it.
Okay.
Let's go around. So
Yeah, it's gonna be
Because-
crazy.
it's gonna be crazy.
Moro, that's his name.
Yep, there it is.
So like I actually liked with the whole Future Trunks saga, like with Zenitsu and all that, because that was kind of dark. Like they
Yeah.
didn't really. That was the one time they started to like not have a chance. I need them to kind of be put down a level because if you think about it, Ultra Instinct is kind of the new thing. Of course, I haven't read the manga yet, but apparently this Mora guy is bringing the heat to them. But I just need something in a grander scheme other than I would like a problem that a person cannot be. You know, like, I don't want the villain to be a person. I need it to be a theme. I need it to be something that requires more brains than power, even though it's kind of, I'm asking for a lot because that's kind of Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know if you ever
so.
gonna get that from Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z.
I'm not
bro.
like making him like make it into
it.
Dr. Stone, but just like have a little bit more of like where I feel like the supplemental characters can shine. Like people you can put like a Krillin in to make sense, you know, or some shit like that. So
Yeah.
I'm just tired of seeing.
letdowns, or you know what I'm saying.
Oh, leading to my next topic, Dorohedoro. So far, like I just don't,
no,
I don't
you're bugging.
understand.
It's not a letdown.
It's not a letdown because
It was just a
You just have a lot of
cliffhanger.
questions that you don't have answers to.
Yeah, that's
we
not
come back
a
another
letdown?
day and be like, you know, the craziest cliffhangers, then we can talk
Yeah,
about.
but give us that fucking list though.
okay.
And in the meantime,
Oh, wait, we
before
didn't even
the
give
list, you seen Seraph for the end, right? Or Sarah for the end?
I saw like the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
I
that was
never
a-
watched it all the way through.
That was a no reason too. Like,
Oh man.
yeah,
Yeah, the first episode was dark as shit. I was
it
like,
was
damn.
dark as fuck, nigga.
I was like, fuck.
Then they started getting like little
The
sus
kids,
vibes.
no.
Yeah, and then it got weird.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you say yours yet? Your juice that wasn't worth the squeeze? Did
I
I miss
did.
it? Okay.
I've seen the first one on the list, and I kind of agree with it.
Okay, so this is actually from Dodo.
Is this from 10 to 1?
10 to 1, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it from there. So the first one is Neon Genesis Eva.
Evangelion?
Yeah, I
Let's
can
go ahead
never
and stay there
pronounce
for a little second because it definitely was because
Mm.
it's like 4 different endings to that shit, and
Yeah.
they're all on some nut shit. But it's not too bad of a letdown or just like not worth the squeeze because I appreciate the art and just like trying to find or discover the true meaning of what the hell the message they trying to portray in that shit. So
it. So this number 9, I've never heard of it. It's called Panty and Stocking with Gardner Belt.
Next.
All right. Future Diary is number 8.
Really?
yeah,
That's what it says. So, do you want me? You want me to read what people are saying about it? The reason why they.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's probably
okay.
because they ain't do the OVA possibly. But go ahead.
Okay, it says unless you watched the OVA like I did.
Go ahead, keep it pushing.
All right.
Keep it pushing.
So skip it. All right. So number. So number 7 is No Game, No Life.
I didn't see that, but everybody talks
haven't
about
seen
no
it.
game, no fucking life. Like that shit is godlike. Like
Yeah, people are telling me to watch it and react to it and stuff. I'm like,
So what is it
it's
about?
next on my
gentlemen?
his list. It's on some isekai shit, but
Okay.
yeah.
nigga says like that. Nigga says really like that. So I'm gonna check it out.
I think we talked about before the podcast, but School Days. Did someone?
I
say
haven't
School
seen it.
Days?
He that's one of his.
I seen like the ending of it. I ain't never watched it all the way through. I seen the end of it, and I guess the ending's just tweak as fuck.
Okay.
So okay, I was gonna read one of the quotes, but it might be a spoiler. Number 5 is Death Note.
I can see why people were let
I
down
can
with
see
it.
why, but not necessarily
But
to me.
yeah, I personally liked how it concluded with Light getting killed because you kind of, I mean, it gives you closure. You know what I'm saying? Because Light, at the end of the day, he was a villain because he was still doing things wrong because you can't be as a human the judge, jury, and executioner, and that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not mad at it, and it was cool seeing Ryu kind of betray him. You know
So
what
what
I'm
other
saying?
ways they would have ended that shit for real? Like,
Right.
What's the other options?
He gonna become God.
Yeah, I mean, that
Of
would
the
have been like
world.
cliche as fuck. So
Right. I enjoyed the ending.
yeah, I appreciate it for what it was. Yeah.
So that's a no then, technically. Like
I can
for
see
me
why.
personally, I see why too.
I see
Okay.
why, but me personally, it didn't really bug me.
Okay.
So
Number 4, Dead Man Wonderland. Anyone's ever heard of that?
That's another one. Nigga
ain't
say it's
seen that
fire
one.
as fuck, but I ain't watch it personally.
Do you know anything about that, Jerry?
Nah.
No.
me either.
Number 3, we already talked about Kame.
The comic get kill.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Damn, Jesus. I think everyone talked about it. Shout out to Issa. Berserk is number 2. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So, I
nigga.
mean,
yeah. Berserk. Fuck yeah, man.
Alright.
It's just because Berserk it has not been done justice as far as animation is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first, like the original series, like you know, it was like in the 90s or it might have been the 80s. I don't remember.
I believe it's
I'm
because I
terrible
remember
with
Issa
the
quoted
time
like
frame.
early 80s or something like that.
The thing was like 80s, 90s, regardless of the time frame. It was done before, and then they rebooted it, but they had like this garbage ass 3D animation shit going on, and it was just
Yeah,
a train wreck.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was just a train
I
wreck.
wasn't looking too hot.
Now the movies were good as far as like the Golden Age or the Golden Age movies or whatever. So the 1, 2, and 3. But outside of that, man, yeah, the series, yeah, they dropped the ball on that as far as animation is concerned.
because we
and
talked
stuff.
about the 3D like animation from like Netflix. Yeah, his sword looked like a
It's
paperclip.
no, it's worse than that, bro.
Oh, is it worse than that?
It's worse than that.
His sword looked like a paperclip the last time I saw it, so it must be worse than that. Jesus.
Yeah.
Number 2, or yeah, did I skip number 2? No, that was number 2.
Yeah, I was about to
Number
say.
1 is Soul Eater.
I can see that.
Yes,
I never actually sat down and watched all Soul Eater because it never captivated me. Like
I
that.
watched bits and pieces from time to time. I never took the urge to go through it, but I was watching on Funimation, and I was like follow like 4 episodes and missed a shitload, and follow like 3 more episodes, missed a shitload, because it's like 50-some episodes, I think.
Yeah, it's not long.
Yeah.
Death City, bitch.
So I just have a quick question.
Facts,
Since
though. I
we're
know my shit I'm talking about.
when we like watch anime, is it taboo for you guys to skip an episode? Do you feel like
Yeah,
it's
hell yeah. For me,
I think so. I think it is because I
I
mean,
don't even skip fillers for the most part. If I really fucking with some shit, I'll watch the filler.
yeah. So me, when it comes to watching anime, I won't say it's taboo, but I will say it's taboo if you're going to give an opinion on it because you don't have the big picture because you skipped. So that's why when I talk about things like Hunter x Hunter or Soul Eater or whatever, to me they didn't grab my attention. Therefore, I think it's bad. However, I can't give a full answer because I didn't give it a full 100% try and watch through the whole thing. So I don't know all the details. I don't know everything about it. So that's why right now I'm rewatching Hunter x Hunter so that way I can give an actual opinion on it. And if I still do feel like it's bad, I'll have actual reason and evidence as to why. I can reference specific points where I'm like, okay, this is why it was bad, X, Y, Z. Because I hate having a discussion with somebody like, oh, this anime was ass, and you ask them why, and they either can't answer it or they give some bullshit ass nitpicky reason. I'm like, bro, come on.
Like One Piece. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like One Piece. Like, I mean, me, I will openly admit this. I nitpick about One Piece. I don't like the art style.
Yeah.
I personally feel like it's a nitpick, but for me, I can't get into it because of the art style. Like, I'm very big on visuals, and the art style of One Piece just doesn't do it for me, man. Like, it's just goofy, in my opinion. But
what about you? Do you skip any episodes at all? Or?
Nah, I watch everything if I'm banging with it.
Even if like it's like I just like grinding your teeth like.
Nah, I don't watch no anime like that make me get to that point.
yeah, I'm trying to force myself. If
I gotta force it, then hell no.
if I can't get into it and I gotta force it, then it's probably not a good anime.
Or it's not for me. What I'm surprised is not on that list. Not for me personally, but what's not on that list is Sword Art. I'm surprised.
Really?
Loki, that was on my list, but again, I didn't watch it in its entirety, so I can't really give a full opinion on it. I just didn't enjoy when they shifted to that elf shit, and we've had the discussion before offline. But
I think that might be some black community shit, yo. I swear.
You think so?
Black people that be saying they hate how that shit did the switch up on that shit
because it was dope.
Yeah, like the original game plan, that's a climbing floors and shit. It was dope, and then escape the game. I would have appreciated that, but
right, it was dope at first. And then when they went to the elf shit, it started becoming like all like lovey dovey, and like I was like, all right, man, like what are we doing here? Like,
where's the good shit?
Right, you went from an isekai to like a romantic anime. Like I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know.
I was very surprised not to see it up there, but I love some Sword Art. You know what it is.
All right. Well, when we talk about our next topic.
Segway God.
Oh shit.
Yes, I did it, folks. I'm watching a new anime
Get
that
ready
you
for
guys.
a 30-minute soapbox, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You guys recommended. Thank you. Dorohedoro.
Yes, sir.
It is so
Dorohedoro.
So interesting. Very, very interesting. Like even from episode 1, it got me. So I'm still kind of confused because I'm trying to figure out who Kaiman really is and everything. And like so my question is that when they found Risu, right? When they made the
hold on real quick. Spoiler alert, y'all. We're going to be talking about spoilers. So if you don't want to hear this, I'll be leaving a timestamp down below so that you guys can skip this portion of the video.
Boom.
I apologize, sir. Go ahead.
So when they found Risu's head, right? And they're trying to get him because they made the doll to make him go back in his tracks to find like bits and pieces of his memory.
Right.
He goes back to the hotel, right? In that apartment. That's where technically Kaiman died, correct? Because that's when, remember, because the whole the mushroom massacre happened that night, right? Because that's when Kaiman became Kaiman, correct?
Yeah. So the thing with Risu and Kaiman, Risu is the head that is inside
That's what
of
I told
Kaiman.
this
So
nigga
Risu
earlier.
is?
However, I feel like Kaiman and Risu are two different people.
They are. They're two separate. That's how I feel on this shit too.
So-
But I knew that was Risu inside this.
Because
head.
if you remember at the end when En said that he wanted to get Nikaido so he could go back in time because she has time at wanted to
Yes.
go back in time and see who that Cross Eyes member was that basically was fucking everything up.
Yeah.
And then you saw that headless nigga walking. Conveniently enough, he didn't have a head.
Yeah.
And Kaiman now has a head on his body that's different. So I think
But
that
inside the fucking head is that, you know.
Right.
I thought that was like Kaiwa's body. Isn't that Kaiwa's body technically?
Who is Aikawa?
Risu's
yo, pull up some
friend.
pictures, yo.
Oh, Risu's friend.
Yeah.
Hell nah. Ain't that nigga just dead?
I think he did get killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that's
What, the original cross-eyed nigga, the first nigga fighting in the beginning?
no, that was Matsumaru.
Oh,
That's
no. I remember now. Yeah,
that's homeboy friend.
So-
That's the other nigga
I
friend.
That's
think- I
Fujita's
think it-
friend.
I think it is Risu's friend.
Right?
I think
So it's
Risu and his
Aikawa's.
friend somehow got fused together somehow, but in like a weird way. I don't know because none of us read the manga, so we don't know who he is or how he got in this position. But I do believe that the body does belong to Aikawa,
Right?
And I believe that the head inside that is Risu. We know that
Okay.
because, and let's talk about that nut shit. Like when they opened Kamen's old head. And then like it just vanished, like because the lights cut off and shit, and like the head was just gone, like completely.
Yeah.
That was some wild shit.
Yeah, nah, that shit was tweaking as a motherfucker.
So there's a lot of shit going on in Dorohedoro's world. It's such a complex world, man. It's
'Cause-
crazy.
It's so tweak.
I just like the fact it's called the Hole. Then you have like the doors to open up to the Sorcerer's world and stuff like that.
Reminds you of
So-
Monsters Inc.
And then like they have like the demons of
'Cause different niggas got
Jitaru.
different doors and shit too.
Yeah, and like they have like Jitaru and then like Asu and the other demons and like
Oh, you
the
know
whole
the demons' names. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
so yeah,
You
I
did
got
your
really
homework.
into it. So like and then I really liked I like Noise and Shin's like kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know yet if they're kind of like on some like love shit, even though they're partners now.
Bro, you know people are shipping that. You already know.
Yeah.
I
for
mean,
sure.
I mean, I don't know,
Nah, I fuck the shit
because she's
out
built
of her
like
ass, too.
you talking about Brock Lesnar?
No, she gonna fuck the shit out of you.
Yeah, she's
That
gonna
works.
she gonna beat the shit out of you.
She can give me snoo to death.
Yo, shoot, by death.
Give me snoo.
But overall, I do like the show a lot because the violence it's good. I don't have too much violence. There's like that nice level of sorcery, and then like learning all of the back sides of like learning. Oh, there's different type of magic. Bisu is a fucking hilarious, like kind of odd supporting character. I really like her.
She's great. Yeah.
She reminds me of a little watermelon girl from Dr. Stone a lot.
Pretty much.
Oh,
so
Suika,
she,
yeah.
she's kind of like that for me.
Kinda, except Suiko was actually like pretty like intelligent for her age.
Yeah.
Whereas Abisu was like a damn potato.
Yeah,
Like
some stupid shit. Just like
And do you
got murdered. I swear she died like 8
you remember,
times.
yeah, you remember
That's
she got
what-
turned into a zombie?
Yeah.
Yes. Turns into a zombie. Then one of these niggas turned into like a fucking meat pie or something like that.
Oh yeah,
a giant meat pie. At that.
that's how Noi found Shin because she was sitting on top of him when because remember there was the two dudes.
He was in a
and
coffin though, right?
Yeah,
He was in
the
body bag. He was in the body bag.
Body bag, that's
and
right.
then somebody turned the homeboy into that big ass pie.
Meat
So
pie.
Abisu
yeah.
started eating him.
Yeah,
That
and she's
shit
like,
fucked me
and
up.
remember she missed the whole fucking contract with
Talk about
Fujita
some
because
disturbing
of that.
moments from that
Yeah,
shit.
that shit was
Disturbing moments
weird,
is the
man.
mushroom out that nigga back during that time.
Oh,
when it first
yeah,
happened.
that shit was
Disturbing moments is when they did that ritual that bring people back from life for a night or whatever like that. When the fucking demon crawled inside the eye.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, what? Like he like scooped inside the eye. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah, and then like,
I was like, what?
and then N is like really the Monopoly man. Like in real life, like that shit is kind of crazy.
listen,
so.
N is like a mob boss, bro.
Yeah.
But like he has it in with the demons, so he has like, almost diplomatic immunity amongst everybody.
He has
like,
the cachet there too.
Yeah,
so,
but that I mean, honestly, bro, that's the dynamic I can appreciate about Dorohedoro is in the fact that you don't really feel like either side is bad. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're on Nikaido and Kaiman's side, you're like, okay, they're trying to solve a crime. They're trying to put an end to the sorcerers doing experiments on, people in the hole, whatever. And then you look at the inverse side where you have Noi and Shin. They're not really bad people either. They're just doing what N is asking them to do.
they're literally doing their job.
And N's intent isn't a bad intent. He's trying to get to the bottom of some shit that's going on too. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's trying to figure out their own mystery in their own way. They just happen to butt heads along the way because Nikaido is that centerpiece. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to basically figure out, okay, how can we I don't even think they're looking for compromise. They're just, I mean, because N forcefully made Nikaido sign the contract, so there's not really much compromise
and
there.
Bird Boy tweaked the fuck out at episode 12.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck her."
That whore.
That fucking. I'm like, yeah.
He's so
Remember when
funny.
he transformed, his cheeks was out like.
Yeah,
I was
man.
like,
I'm
yo.
this nigga is doing the absolute most.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't he was first introduced when he like put somebody in the oven or some shit?
He was making a copy. He was making.
Kaiman?
No,
He was making a copy of fucking
Risu.
Noi. Was it Noi?
He did make noise. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, because she was
He
naked
know it,
when
yeah.
she ended up. back
Yeah,
out
she
at
was
the
naked when he
point.
came back, and Shin was like, "Ugh."
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Yeah, not me.
But do you guys feel bad for like Fujita? Like he's just like a low level fucking like all he does is bitch and moan. Like that's the
he
thing
really
that
You talking
does.
about a nigga with that hat?
Yeah.
with the Usopp nose from
Yeah,
One
so-
Piece. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel nothing for him. Just carry your ass.
Yeah, I'm particularly. I don't have any feelings for him, honestly. I mean, he does have. Let me not say that. I will give him his props because he's a good support character in the sense that he's always looking out for Ibisu. You could tell there's a love interest there between him and Ibisu.
Yeah. And then he just like he trying to really like get to the bottom with his friend's death or whatever the case may be. Right.
Yeah, I mean, his journey is more so a journey of revenge
because he's trying to get Kaiman
right,
for
because-
Massimo's death and shit.
You know everybody's name. That's crazy.
Yeah, you on it.
But yeah, Kaiman turned him
memory.
into sashimi, so he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get revenge for that."
Well, y'all tweaked out too when like remember when Kaiman put Ibisu's head in there
And her
like,
face got ripped off?
fucking
Yes.
face got ripped
Yeah,
off.
That shit was
another
disturbing.
very cringy moment.
That shit was wild. I was like, bro, her whole face is in this nigga's teeth. Like, this is crazy.
And then
yo, Dorohedoro, yeah, some shit, boy.
any hot takes for you guys, like of like anything you guys predicting in season 2, or like or maybe it's just shit that we like about the show.
Mikado just plays a good hand in the situation with this nigga Kaiman.
Yeah.
With that situation, like she was just there when the shit was going down. When he was headless, or she found the nigga or whatever.
Yeah, she found him in the alley. I don't know, man. The thing about Dorohedoro that it does really well, same thing that Beastars did really well, is I can't predict what's going to happen next. I have no idea.
Dead ass.
I have literally no idea what's going to happen next. There's so many possible theories in this wonky ass world that it could be. You know what I'm saying? There's no linear story, in my opinion. Or let me put this: there's multiple linear stories, and you don't know where either of them is going. You just know they're going to cross segment at some point, but you don't know where they're going. So I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what's going to happen next, and that's. Another good thing Dorohedoro does well is they give you a lot of questions. They answer those questions, but in answering that question, you get 3 more questions. You're like, okay, now that you answered this, now what's up with this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? So it's a good anime. It's thought provoking. It's thought provoking, and it really gets you interested in the anime and the characters as well. You actually get involved in the characters, and you care about every character almost. Like,
individually.
You want every character to win, but you know that's not going to happen. It can't happen, you know?
Hell yeah.
Any hot takes for you? Like for next season, or anything you expect next season to have, or you want in your little wish list of?
Nah, nothing off the top. I'm just ready to get to the shits when it comes to it. So.
Yeah. If it's gonna be 12 episodes next season, I do expect to find out who that headless person was, whether it's Risu's friend, whoever that was, or whatever. And I remember when Kaiman and Risu walked past each other and they like had like a linking moment. They were like, what the fuck? And they looked back at each other. I think it was because their bodies recognized each other. Like Risu's body recognized that was his friend, and Kaiman's friend recognized that was Risu. So I think that's kind of what it was. And I think Kaiman might have amnesia in the sense that he doesn't remember. Obviously, we know he doesn't remember shit.
He'll have them nightmares and shit, and he'll see different shit.
So
path or something.
I feel like, and if I remember correctly, he had a nightmare and he was in like some hotel type shit, which is where that headless body was at, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Didn't he bite somebody's head and it was like it's the ghost of Risu or some shit?
That was Nikaido. That was Nikaido that he bit the head off,
it was the nigga
right?
in the jail. I swear it was the nigga.
Yeah,
in the
it was.
jail.
It was.
Oh.
The one before he got taken to hell.
That's how we figured out it was Risu inside the shit because he was like,
that's
the ghost
right.
of Risu.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's another cringy moment too when that fucking shit like hit him with the noose with his tongue or some shit.
Yeah,
the
and the double
demon,
tongue,
pulled
and
him
then
up.
pull him to hell.
To hell up top.
Yeah,
that
like,
was so
up.
crazy.
I'm like,
that
y'all
was
niggas
so
is
crazy.
nutty the fuck out in this shit, yo.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was wild. Yeah, Dorohedoro is a trip, man. It's just such a, like I said, it's compelling. It's thought provoking. The world is expansive. The world is mysterious. You don't know what to expect. I mean, it provides so many great elements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, it depends on what side of the spectrum you're on, because you could low key say that Kaiman is kind of a villain because he literally will put a sorcerer in his mouth, pull you out.
Yeah,
what did the man inside say? You're not it. Okay, you dying anyway. Like what?
Yeah.
He didn't do shit yet, or that we know.
Or he innocent or anything. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So I mean, you could argue that Kaiman is a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Because he's
100.
just killing people. Without any justification for it. Just because you're a sorcerer, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like death to all sorcerers. So they all live in their own worlds.
An acid kaleidoscope. That's the best way I can describe that shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
I can see that.
So for season 2, I would like to kind of dip into possibly like maybe I would love to dedicate maybe an episode or 2.
Some hentai.
No, just
I got
Shin.
it.
And
No,
did you guys notice when Shin fell down? I forgot, it was like in the 6th or 7th episode. Did you notice his silhouette of his bottom shoe?
I'm sorry, the what?
The silhouette of his bottom shoe. Did you know that his white and red
Yeah, I
shoes are Jordan Air Low ones?
Really?
Yes, they are. Cause you know why? Because you know how the ones have like the ring in the middle, and they have like the kind of looks like a tree trunk ring.
Yeah.
It's exactly. If you look at it, it's a corner. It reminds me just like of the red ones.
Oh.
Over that. That's
And if you notice, his shoe almost looks like an upside down, like Travis Scott ones. No one there noticed that.
Oh yeah, I gotta see that shit.
Segue.
Yeah, so
That is a segue.
it's a segue into the next topic after I give my final take on. Yeah, bitch, you didn't think I caught that, right?
But we still could have did it, man.
I'm
That was
okay. I'm
perfect.
just kidding. I'm kidding. No. So
Who you got for us?
3 sneakers. All right.
Who you got for us?
The person that we're talking about is someone that is buff for no goddamn reason, apparently. Escanor from 7 Deadly Sins.
Tim's.
Ah,
my nigga Airbound. Boom.
Easily Tim's. I can see that nigga some goddamn Tim's, bro. The wheats
Word.
specifically.
Dead ass.
That and I can see him in some high top black Air Force Ones because he don't give a fuck
He said,
about
"I
nothing,
died
bro.
with strap on.
With the strap,
That's
buckled
funny as a
down.
bitch.
One more shoe?
One more shoe.
What for Escanor?
Yeah.
Let me think.
I really see him like in
Some
some like
Nike
Cole
boots.
Hans, like
Yeah.
some nice Cole Hans, some
Cole Haan.
Oxford. Yeah.
Hell no. I mean, maybe in his smaller form.
Yeah, in his small form. I'm
Oh,
just
in
like
his
bigger, the
small
smaller
form.
form.
Yeah.
He look. I don't know why he reminds me of like the Nike socks with the Toms. Like he gives me that kind of vibe and everything.
That's
so,
filthy.
Yeah, that shit was dirty.
And
socks
yeah,
and
I was
Toms.
definitely saying the Tim. So so those are my.
Yeah, Tim's is definitely number one though.
Number one.
Like
That's the
We
first
talking about the
thing
butters
came
and
to my
we talking
Yes,
like
the
with
butters.
we
The
talking with
butters, the wheats, whatever you wanna call
tongue
them.
out and everything. Or we talking
Butter,
the tongue?
the wheats, the yutters, whatever you want to call them. Yes, the OG flavor.
We talking
sir.
high top? We talking like with
High.
the, oh
Easily,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
he's a boot guy. Like
Yes.
Buff Esnor, all his shoes should be boots or some type of high top
With
variation.
the dirty sole, or we talking like the
Don't
just
matter.
Oh,
It
okay.
Don't matter.
You know, man, he's stomping somebody out.
oh shit.
Period. With the power of the sun.
So
That's a Dark Souls reference.
worst live action anime adaptation movie that you guys have seen.
That was the last one. I couldn't remember for shit.
Luckily, I wrote it down.
Nah, they're also bad. The worst,
Yo,
literally
there.
the worst of all time is Dragon Ball.
Thank you.
Easily.
If you ain't say that's not the first thing out your mouth, nigga. I was on
That is easily the worst adaptation of all time, bro.
the biggest letdown. All right, so yeah, that, and then I mean, it's not really anime,
we-
whatever, but Avatar's right after that, and then you can talk some
absolutely.
shit.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about like why it's so bad? Like
Yeah.
each of
I would love to. I'm glad you asked.
Let's talk about Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. All right.
How much time have you got?
Goku is in. You got 2 minutes, sir. State your case. I'm reclaiming my time.
Go
But nah. So the thing with Dragon Ball is they had Goku as a high school student. Okay, cool, whatever. Never went to high school.
Yeah.
Ever in the original story.
And he was a child.
Nothing in this story was canon aside from the names of the characters. That's
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't even try to make the characters look close to like the other
No,
characters.
Bulma was in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No correlation as far as how Goku and Bulma met. None
Not
whatsoever.
even blue hair.
Yeah, not even blue hair. Like what?
You didn't carry my books, like
Yeah.
like, it just didn't make no sense. So
And plus, Bulma was years older than Goku, so they wouldn't even be in high school together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I erased a lot of that movie out of my fucking brain.
bro.
yo, 'cause
And
that shit
then
was that
I just
terrible.
remember him and Piccolo, and the CGI was so fucking horrible, bro. It was so bad. I'm like, this is impossible. Like, whoever greenlighted this movie needs to be fired and banished from writing movies
I think
ever.
niggas was saying that movie's up in the air for just like one of the worst movies ever made. Type
Yeah,
shit.
it should be.
I'm sorry, whoever made that shit, man.
I'm not sorry. No,
yeah, I
fuck
think
you.
the Great Ape was as tall as the fucking door. That's when I was over it. Like it wasn't even like gigantic. It was like
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it was like regular height. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we watching? Like,
A not so great ape.
word.
my thing is like with Piccolo was one of my biggest things. I'm like he
Yeah.
literally looks like shouts out to FNPS. Remember the video that you just did? The one with Wendy?
Yeah.
It looks like they used body paint on him and completely
Yo, you
that's it.
stupid.
Like it looked filthy. And they really thought Chow Yun-fat as Master Roshi would save the whole cast.
Yeah, wasn't Master Roshi looking goofy too?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's so crazy? The two main characters, Justin Chatwin and Emmy Rossum, they're from fucking Shameless and stuff like that.
I don't even watch Shameless,
so you don't
I
watch
can't
Shameless?
speak to
Oh
it.
wow. Okay, I guess not.
Do you watch it?
Yeah, I love watch Shameless. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Isn't it like 5 seasons or some shit?
10 seasons.
God
Yeah,
damn.
peace out. I'd rather watch Grey's Anatomy.
So
Hell no.
I
Grey's
don't
Anatomy's
like
like
Grey's
15
Anatomy.
seasons.
Yeah.
It
Bro.
is, but I enjoy Grey's Anatomy.
That should be mad emotional.
They do.
do you think there's any hope of possibly another Dragon Ball movie? Like,
Yeah. But they need to have the right cast. They need to make sure that they follow some type of linear story, or even if they do a spinoff, they could do like some filler spinoff, non-canon bullshit. I don't care, but at least make it similar to the origin story of the characters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can. The CGI at this point is to a point where you can pull it off successfully. Like when we watch Man of Steel, like you got Superman, a man of so many great feats, similar to that of a Saiyan almost, flying around through the air. The different perspectives and angles they use in that movie were phenomenal, in my opinion.
Fuck that nigga. All the Marvel movies, what they be doing in
All
that,
the Marvel
nigga?
movies,
We
you know
asked
what I'm
for
saying?
something very simple in Dragon Ball. Like,
Yeah.
some charging up and some beams out your fucking hand.
Yeah,
like,
listen, if Thanos can throw a fucking moon at somebody, you can animate a goddamn Kamehameha properly,
Yes.
okay? Like,
can I get a Super Saiyan? Like
yeah, like a Super Saiyan. I mean, whatever. I mean, literally, you can do so many different things now with CGI. I mean, the ability is there. It's just a matter of, one, do people want to try it? Two, there's already a negative stigma about live actions. So there's people already going to be disinterested in seeing a Dragon Ball live action. Like, oh shit, here we go, another one. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, nigga got PTSD off that shit.
no, legit, bro. Like it put a bad like that. Honestly, I feel like that is the live action film that put a sour taste in people's mouth for live action. Period.
Yeah,
for any adaptation.
So if you were the director and they gave you an X amount of dollars, like Sharon, we gave you $100 million for the budget. No, we would probably about $100 million for the budget, right? What would be the storyline to be like, yo, they're gonna get, if you want to pick a storyline, you want to pick a whatever, this is going to be the movie. What do you got? And I'll ask you the same question too. And you can pick whoever you want to animate, to do CGI, all the effects, whatever you want, anything you want. What is the thing that when you put this movie out, like, yo, people are gonna watch it because I decided to put this in the movie?
I feel like I would give backstory to Planet Vegeta. I would go into Planet Vegeta, give backstory to the Saiyans and stuff like that. Kind of show the rise of King Vegeta himself. You know, kind of just give an origin story. You know, just that way you can see the rise of King Vegeta. You can see what the hype was behind the Saiyans and their missions and stuff like that. I'd probably go that direction with it.
That's what I'm saying. These niggas could be like eating hard. They can be eating hard as Marvel and like the EC movie, mainly Marvel shit, because they got that continuation. But they can be eating hard just like that if they just kept a good chain of good ass movies, like up to date and shit, and kept it rolling just off the anime shit and squeeze what you can squeeze in there type shit. But yeah,
exactly.
Do you think it was like a quick money move for them to think like, oh, they was like? Do you think
If I remember
made,
correctly, it flopped. So
no, I'm saying, what do you think they when they made the movie, they were trying to think of it as a cash cow? Okay,
I don't know what they were thinking either. I know they didn't consult anybody that actually watched Dragon Ball Z.
No, they did.
yeah.
There's no fucking way you could have, because nobody that watched DragonAll Z would let any of that shit fly.
Yeah,
Because like I'm legit baffled that, because what I really think would happen is maybe they did have somebody that watched Dragon Ball Z that was like, nah, it shouldn't be like this, and the director was like, well, this is how I want it to be, so it's gonna be like this.
It's that or that shit looks like niggas are just like, hey, let's try to make a Dragon Ball movie and just see what we can do.
So it was Kishimoto, correct? The person that made
Akira Toriyama.
Toriyama, my bad. Toriyama. They called him like, yo, Toriyama, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's all I would think. Cause,
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
but
so you know, PTSD off that, and then you know what I'm saying, that shit give me PTSD.
Look fire.
They did.
The trailer looks stupid
They showed
fire.
one part. They showed the fucking when they in the water village.
They showed all the good parts. The whole movie was literally them traveling to the water village or wherever their objective was. Most of the movie was them traveling. I'm like, bro, this is boring as shit. Like, this is all dialogue. Like, there's the action scenes of the whole movie compiled made up a total of like maybe 5 to 6 minutes. I was like,
I
this
think
is
I
ass.
legit walked out the movie theaters when I was watching this shit.
Yeah, it was horrible, bro.
Yeah, man.
It was horrible.
When I heard the names, the Ong and Soka and shit, I'm like, all right, come on now. This shit ain't sub. This ain't no Japanese shit.
Right.
You hear how these American names is. Why couldn't you just call it by the
Yeah, and it was made by American people. Like
M. Night Shyamalan too. Like,
name?
I don't get it. Like, and for him to have the cinematography and like filmography that he has, for him to make that movie was so appalling to me.
That was a blemish on his career, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It
like
is,
people will never let that shit go. Like you can, all his recent movies, like if you'd like ever go on his like IG, he'll post something. Avatar. That's all they put. This shit is like they troll him all the time for it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Maybe he probably is like threw a little underpass to it just because it was Nickelodeon, and he probably ain't understand the severity or how strong niggas fuck with Avatar. But
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing. I think the one scene that made me like just like kind of do this was like when they were like trying to fight off the Fire Nation, and fucking Aang was doing some like airbending, and like the little ass kid was running through the scene. I'm like, so he didn't get caught with the airbending at all? Like all of it just didn't make sense.
Nah,
And
the shit that was blowing me, they did like they had earthbenders and shit, and they did a whole fucking ultimate transformation on some wrestling shit, like the whole taunt type shit for one boulder to fly across the screen on some terrible animation type shit. I'm like, oh hell nah, that's terrible. Like niggas couldn't even bend without the shit being near them type shit. I'm just like, that was weird too.
I would love to, like you said, I would love to have that probably 5-10 minute backstory, like just like have that intro just extended a little bit, just to give premise of what they're about to do. The traveling part was just ridiculous. Like, why was all this context about that? Why did they not talk about more of Zuko, more of like more of stuff that is going to happen? And because I'm assuming they thought this was going to be a trilogy, so I think that's why they shot it the way they did.
Yeah, bro, they literally could have did something completely left field. They could have did like the backstory to the air nomads and showed Aang's.
See, there it is. Now you messed it up. Yeah,
they could have showed Aang's progression as an airbender, and then the revelation of him becoming with an avatar, and like the dialogue he had between his master and stuff, and then him leaving to go basically blow off some steam, get caught in the storm, and activating his avatar powers, freeze, cut movie, go into start the trilogy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would have been fire. So I think they was like, I feel like they was really trying to focus on trying to make it like translated over to like on some Netflix adaptation type shit, but they try to translate it over to like some real cultural shit. That's probably why they was pronouncing like Aang Ong and Sokka Soka and shit like that. And then it was like each nation was like, I swear, a different race. So there wasn't even like
because
I swear, like,
Earthbenders were Asians. Like I was like
they had, I swear, it was like black people for one thing, then the Asian for something else, and it was like they
Earthbenders and niggas.
I swear, it was like Indian people for something else too. I was like, it was just weird.
Was Zuko was Asian. His dad was Samoan. Like it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, then Iroh wasn't even fat. I'm like, turn this shit off. Turn it off.
So like,
oh man,
with that, would you? Okay, so technically we did talk about it. So if you were to give more money for you guys to do it, would you? That's exactly how you would shot it though. Like just done. You done the backstory.
I ain't mad at them for doing that what they did. That junk, I would have went a little further. I think that was a good stopping point, but they should have did more of the little mini mission stuff in between and just followed the show instead of just the strictly travel just to get in there. Like they should have did some other stops and all that first. Like the Spirit when they went to that one town. And that's when he first met up with Roku and shit. When he first went to like
the panda spirit.
Yeah, like they could have went crackhead and showed the goddamn centipede that changed his faces and shit. They could have did a crazy animation with that. Like made it on some creepy shit too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
bro, because I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You got like Harry Potter and shit that has better CGI, and it's way older than that.
Yes.
Well, actually, no. Avatar came out what 2008.
I don't know. Yeah, some early 2000s.
So I mean, even so though, like the earlier Harry Potters were like what 2002, 2004. Yeah. So yeah, and they had pretty good CGI for the time. So
yeah, I don't know what the hell.
There's no excuse.
The budget missed or what, but yeah.
So do you think it's just like they didn't know the how impactful Avatar was, and they was like, we can just try to throw it out? Or do you feel like, because I feel like Avatar now is blowing up because it's re-released, but I think the true core, because I think 10 was like. Because when did Avatar end? Like, was it 07?
I can't. I'm an Avatar fanatic, but I have no clue.
Because I believe, like, when the movie came out, like, the show, like, kind of just ended, or it was, like, only...
It did end. It
right?
was completely over by the time the movie came out.
So, my thing was, like, the hype didn't catch on until later. And then, like, now watching it back, it's
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Like
I think,
crazy,
like, the nigga that made it, he just did, like, an underpath to it type shit. Because it was Nickelodeon. He was like, the niggas ain't going to really watch this shit like that. I don't think the fan base that big. And there you have it.
you guys do know that there's a Netflix adaptation, right?
That's
Like an
why-
actual live
That's what started
action.
the whole conversation because I got PTSD towards that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If that shit
Netflix
gonna be good
adaptation
or
of
not.
what?
They're actually doing, but the thing is though,
It's a series.
It's a full live action series though, but they're
For
doing it
Avatar.
exactly how they're doing
That
it
could
from
work.
the. But like,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if it's exactly like it. I want to see that shit live.
Yeah, it's like when these niggas was watching the play, bro. That was probably one of the funniest scenes of Avatar when they was watching the play about
About them,
themselves.
Yeah.
nigga, that shit is hilarious.
and then Aang had to like push it
and they
down.
all
and
started seeing like they flaws and shit, and niggas was sick. That shit was
when
funny.
they-
Aang was like, I'm not a little girl. Like,
yeah.
When
That's
they
right.
did Toph-
little girl shit, that shit was
it
funny.
was tight, boy.
Then when they Toph, that shit had me crying. Like they had
Yeah.
that big ass buff dude. I was like, what? How? Like, how did they do this?
She was like, that's hilarious. Like, she was the only one that was like unfazed by everything. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's dope. Toph is chill.
Yeah, Toph got the jokes too. I'm like,
Yeah, she
can't
one of the
see
homies.
anything.
Right. No, she was hilarious.
Yeah, nah,
He was
she
like,
was,
Toph, you see that? She was like, really?
nah, they was looking for the library in the sand and shit when
Oh,
they was flying on Appa and shit. And Toph was like, there it is over there.
Right
It's like,
there.
where? And it was like, I can't see her now. I'm like, yo, she's stupid, yo.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious, man. But
Yeah.
the worst, there's some more bad ones too. Like Death Note, me personally, I didn't like it.
I enjoyed it.
Really.
Yeah.
The acting was horrible.
I think
The
it was,
CGI was horrible.
Oh, let him go for
The
you. Tell him
CGI
why
was
it's
horrible.
bad.
For
You say
you?
why it's bad.
It was bad.
it was one of the better ones I seen.
It's better, but just I mean,
I like
comparing
the
it-
way it was shot. It was like I just like the way how the film was made. It was real like fucking like more modern style. How the film was like it didn't even look like it was on some Death Note shit for a second. Only thing I
Okay.
didn't like about it is how they just went off script and they just went through some other shit. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, I can see that, but for me, I didn't enjoy one the guy that they used. Like the acting just seemed so forced. Like when he got scared by you, he was like I was
Yeah,
like this is so trash, bro.
all right, that was agreed.
I was like, this is so trash, bro. Like this acting is horrible,
All
bro.
right, I dig.
Like I mean, I feel like they could have used somebody better as an actor for Light. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have the chip scene in there, did they? Oh, that would have been. I would have loved to see the chip scene, man. It's such an iconic moment in anime, bro. Top 10 anime moments for me, but
Okay.
yeah, it just wasn't hit for me, man. Now I can talk about some better ones like Erased. That was good. I know y'all haven't seen that one, but
They did a mob one too, didn't they? I think they got.
Did they?
I think they got a lot. I think it was on Netflix. I think they got a live action mob.
oh my
series or
Christ,
something like
I don't
that.
even want to.
Yeah,
I don't even wanna imagine.
Ass man being mob. I swear.
Have Yao Ming is
Yo, chill
some
the
tall ass Asian dude.
fuck out. Dead ass though. They be fucking them shits up.
But Erase was great because, and I feel like they should do this with more animes, like maybe more slice of life animes, because Erased it was kind of slice of life, but it's more so a drama, crime, you know what I'm saying, mystery, but there wasn't any crazy superpowers and power ups, and you didn't need any CGI for it. You know what I'm saying?
Not for real, no.
So that was the beauty of Erase, and that's why I believe it was so easy to reenact, because you didn't have to worry about that shit. And I believe Parasite got a live action too.
They do.
I have not watched it though,
Me either.
but I know it got a lot of awards and
Yeah,
got
I
a lot
heard
of
that shit
praise.
got a lot of praise for it.
So-
Attack on Titan was pretty decent for a second.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, it was alright.
You guys watch the Ronin Kenshin one?
The Ronnie Kenshin one is dope
didn't watch
too.
that one.
I just literally just watching that shit last night.
Oh, for real?
Well, just at least like the intro of it type shit. That
But
shit was
that's
fire.
another one. You don't need no CGI. It's
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
sword play. You know what I'm saying? Like just as long as you get your sword mechanics down, you know what I'm saying. The acting's good. You can pull something off.
Because that's easy to do. Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we were saying, the Full Metal one too. Full Metal Alchemist one. They
Full
did
Metal
a pretty
Alchemist was
decent
good.
job.
And they did good with the CGI too.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, I can get with this.
Yeah, I'm like, I love when they actually like stick with, you know, keeping niggas hair color the same and keeping it close to the script and all that. It's
Yeah.
like, I really wanted to see it live.
Bro, then they fucking had Homegirl in there too, right? With the dog.
Yeah, they did.
That shit
They
was
did.
tweet.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
like seeing it like in the show was bad, but seeing it in live action, I'm just like,
Person, yeah,
fuck,
that shit
man.
dirty.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, god damn. Like,
My worst,
I was like, fuck.
my worst one I think I've seen is Initial D, because I'm such a
Really?
Initial D was so shit to me.
I figured they'd be able to do it well because it's just
it's
cars.
cars,
Right? So you would think so. So
Need for Speed, nigga. Like,
Word, Mater.
and that wasn't that was good. Need for Speed.
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
They
so
did do a Need for Speed movie, huh?
yeah,
Need for
Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was in it. Remember?
I'm talking about like the original Need for Speed movies, like Need for Speed 2, Tokyo Drift, like those. In
Talk
my
about Fast and Furious.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I am bugging.
Yo, in the comments, kill his stupid ass. He's a fucking idiot. He's a jackass. Get him out of here.
There was some gunshots.
Pow, pow, pow.
No, Fast and Furious. That's what the fuck I was talking about.
Man.
I meant make it like Fast
I
and
was
Furious.
like, what? You seen 1 and 2?
I'm like, oh shit, I missed
was
all
like-
the movies, nigga. When he said Tokyo Drift, I'm like, hold on.
what?
He said, "Put me in."
Oh man, you done fucked me up right there. Hold
Need
on.
for Speed, Tokyo
shit.
Drift.
So okay,
Oh shit. That's
so
funny.
for someone that watches racing anime or car anime, my thing about that, it was just so. So they do it by books or like quarters. So like what they did, the movie was so scattered throughout the series. So like the things that happened in the beginning, because they were trying to do a chronological order, they skipped. They put like certain sections in the front, then they put certain sections out in the back of the movie, front of the movie, and vice versa.
That sounds like a shit
So like
show.
the pacing was off.
So shitty. One, there was like the main character, they made him look like a fucking goofy. Two, the racing and like the concept of the main character is that he's a racing genius, but we're trying to figure out throughout the movie how he races and like his mindset. So say example, we go into a drift, right? And you want to turn, you would show the car. And honestly, they did a little bit of CGI. That shit looked terrible. I looked like I held a fucking race car and turned it. It was that bad. And like say example, if you
Let's
want
grab this Hot Wheel and turn it
yeah,
real
and
quick.
turn it, right? So there's one scene where he's like racing and he's overtaking a character, right? So when they did the turn, they did it, and it was like, it was in slow motion. It was almost like a mix between time lapse and like
Time Force. No.
and like really slow frame. So they would like say example, if my car goes like this, the sound of the car delayed by a
hell
second.
no.
So say example, like I turn. It was so stupid, and like the people that were playing them so terrible. It was the worst acting of all time. Like
them in a box.
and bro, they had like list characters too, like actors and everything. And the main character is Chinese in a Japanese racing film.
Damn.
Like you guys ever watch The Green Hornet with Seth Rogen?
Is that?
I enjoyed that movie.
Kato, that was the main character.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh wow. Well,
Jay-
so let me ask you this though: as an Asian American, do you feel like it's that big of a discrepancy if they use a different ethnicity or a different ethnic Asian
Yes.
group? So like they use a Chinese person for
Yes.
Japanese or a Korean for
He
Japanese.
said we all
Personally-
don't look like each other, nigga.
My thing is that as Asian Americans in the media, we are already portrayed so badly because we are deemed small. Like we're never. There's no. You ever notice like say example if there's like a black superhero or like a black hero, you can name 10 off the top of your head. If you try to name just based on how we are viewed in America, you can't think of many people that like Asian men are like, oh, I look up to that guy.
Jackie Chan, Jet Li. That's about
Okay,
it.
but you think about it, those are people
Yeah.
from outside coming in, like to be homegrown, like built up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
got
two,
you.
like we have rich, crazy Asians. That dude, that's technically he's like homegrown, but like we already are displayed so poorly.
It's getting better, though.
I would want to be like proud of like, in Japan these are not like small countries like Myanmar or like Malaysia or like Thailand or Vietnam where we don't have a great cesspool of talent. We're talking the two main Asian countries, and you can't harness your own talent from them. So that's my only
I got
issue with
you.
that. And then I get it. You're trying to like put the forces together, but it's easier to, in my opinion, it creates a narrative of like, if it's okay for their own people to be like, oh, you're just Chinese. Oh, you're Japanese. There's no difference. What makes a person that's that's outside to be like, yeah, look, if you don't think that you guys are different, why would I think you're different? So to
I
me,
see what
it's
you're
a
saying.
narrative based.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not that I get offended that like, oh, call me Chinese. I just feel like there's enough information in the world now to know, you should know the difference essentially,
it
you know,
kinda
and that's,
forces that narrative.
yeah,
in a
it forces
sense.
narrative.
Yeah.
I was like, I used to get really, really upset when people called me like Chinese or Korean. It's not because I have necessarily something against them. It's like my culture has been blended in America enough. I feel like we giving you pho, we give you banh mi, we give you like, we've
in
given
your
you
bag
flavors.
right
You know
now.
what I'm
You in
saying?
your
Like we
bag.
give people each Asian, culture has given something to America that
Right.
we hold to every day. Let's just say example, Japan. We have PlayStation. China, literally the food. you guys are
Everything
dedicated.
made here.
Everything's made here.
Let's give a
You
shout
know,
out
like,
to the whole Asian
you know what I'm
culture
saying?
right now while we at
But
it.
thank you,
facts.
appreciate it. But I just think that it's not cool to do shit like that because if we're going to try to be better, you know, for the media to portray us, we need to treat us better from the internals. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to be like, say example, if I want to make a Vietnamese movie, I'm not going to hire Jackie Chan. There's many people that's in my community that wants to represent us, because if you think about it, say example, it's like interns, right? So say example, if we're not getting paid to do this, right? What's the motivation for me to be here? You can get paid though, but you know what I'm saying? But like if it's a Japanese person that's doing it for Vietnam, it's not my country. I can get paid to do it, but it's not my country. It's different when you have national pride and like something that you're fighting for, your heritage, your culture, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't, that's why I hate shit like that. Like Avatar, that shit was just so bad for me. Like culturally, it was really bad. Like the whole concept of whitewashing in general, like it's just really bad because like it's why? Because now there's enough talent in the pool where you can pick someone. You don't have to pick the lifeguard all the time. Pick someone else that can swim, the divers, stuff like that. So that's just my little.
He's looking
spiel.
at that too.
My bad.
Nah,
I was looking at the iPad when he was shifting.
Oh, my bad. It was going like that.
But
It's just, I just don't. Like I said, the movie was shit. The casting I was really, really upset about because they had Chinese pop stars, really strong actors, and mainly 3/4 of the cast was Chinese in a Japanese movie. It was really upsetting to me. So, and it was just like I said, if y'all guys watch it, you'll know exactly what I mean. When the guy turns, he turns in 3 seconds, his tire screeching 4 seconds later. Like it's just that bad.
Oh man.
Like like I said, it's easy. It's fucking cars. They had Need for Speed 1 and 2 and Need for Speed 3 Tokyo Drift. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you would think.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
That was a mean ass tangent.
That shit was crazy.
Mean ass tangent. Important, but that was a
My
mean
bad.
No, I
my
mean,
bad.
It was very important.
It was
though.
important, but I appreciate it because we do have a lot of Asian people that do follow us and that will listen to podcasts too. So I definitely think they'll appreciate that. And when you broke it down like that, it made more sense because as an Asian culture, every single Asian culture is vastly different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So many various differences in religion and culture, and cultural practices,
And structure.
food, structures, like the way they design and architect things, completely different. Like if you look at Chinese architecture compared to like Vietnamese or Japanese, night and day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you put it like that, where it's like, you know, an insult to your culture, and especially if somebody classifies you as something that you're not, that's an insult to your culture because your culture is important to you. And if people don't recognize something's important to you, you're going to feel some type of way about it.
Exactly.
That's just human nature.
And I think the first step is to educate someone first.
Right.
To figure out what is the difference first. Because if
like
you
to
don't.
see if it's like a bigot or if it's just
Yeah,
actual
you know what I'm saying?
misconception.
So, yeah.
And just to avoid confusion, I know more than just Jackie Chan and Jet Li. I'm just saying, for the mass regular,
Yeah, and we told
No,
you.
I mean,
regular
yeah.
American, just so it won't get mixed up in the sauce.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know any major Japanese actors or Chinese actors or Vietnamese actors because I don't look for them personally. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're not, like you said, they're not accurately portrayed and out in the public like that. Like the most that we know is I can't remember his name, but homeboy from Harold and Kumar, the Asian dude that's going for Cowboy Bebop
That's
now.
not Jay Chow. That's
Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
So him or the comedian, the Asian comedian dude, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But the one
Kim
that's in
The guy from Fresh Off the Boat, the one that's in Hangover.
Eddie Huang.
Hangover, yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you have
He's
like
great. He's a good family man too.
absolutely. So I mean, and then of course your Jackie Chan's, your Bruce Lee's, Jet Li's, all that stuff.
That's
but
another conversation on why I personally don't like those actors myself, and I'll tell
And
you.
then
about,
shout
that's another
out
thing.
shout out 88 Rising because they do a good job portraying all the musical artists. That's all. They keep it all pretty much the Asian culture for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For sure, for
Shout
sure.
out Baby Metal.
You got a baby?
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
half metal.
And what's the guy's name? The guy's name. Everybody love the guys. What's the name? BTS.
I don't know any of those BTS members, by the
People,
way.
motherfuckers
Yeah.
love BTS.
They are like their own thing, and like it's
Somebody
crazy,
in the
so.
comments, go ahead and get your little BTS fangirl out.
But yeah, man, that was a dope point, man. I'm glad you went deeper into that because that definitely sheds a lot of light on it. And I feel like a lot of people listening will.
Shouts out to all of
learn
our
something as well.
Asian.
Give me some. Don't leave me hanging.
Oh my bad, I didn't even see you there. Apologize.
Pound me.
Shouts out to all the Asian supporters and followers and all that.
Absolutely.
I got us, I guess. Yeah, I got us.
Absolutely, man. Putting off your city. I'm playing.
Well, continent. Just kidding. We don't have
Continent?
continent.
I was like, God damn, long.
Maybe
No,
it's
now it's your turn. Continent, right?
It's
Yeah, Vietnam's a continent.
No, I'm talking about Asia in general. That's the continent.
Oh, Asia, yeah.
Boom. How you like that? You said I did that?
Nice. Nice backpedal.
But you really thought Need for Speed 1 or 2, like that was a thing for you?
I just got Need for Speed and Fast and Furious mixed up. They're the same shit to me. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, folks, it's been a great. No.
But nah, that yeah. I mean, like you said though, I mean that's pretty much everything that we said we were gonna talk about today. So
Yeah.
I don't really have personally anything else to add to that, man.
Nah, man, good
Anything else?
Good conversation. Good cop. Good conversation. Nah, I ain't say cock, but pause on all that.
I thought he said good call. I was like, yo.
No, I know he wasn't that type of time.
Pause.
But nah, y'all got nothing else, man. Y'all good?
Nah, man, got in my bag. Get my shout outs, my respect where it's due. Yeah, I saw my shit today. I'm good.
Yes,
You guys having a good day so far? Good.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
night.
Yeah, good night.
I'm in a good space, man. Yo, your shit is blowing up. Bro.
I'm sorry. It's my niece. She texted me. I'm so sorry.
You are popular.
Yeah.
You don't
Sorry.
gotta apologize to us, man.
Sorry.
Go
Listen,
ahead,
stop
handle your
texting me.
business.
I'm recording right now. She'll get this in a week. So, or whenever we drop this. So,
Saturday.
Saturday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 2 days.
2 days.
But yeah, all right, y'all. This has been the Reanimators podcast, episode number 5, where we talked about various different things. We covered Dorohedoro. We did a little deep dive on that. We talked about some anime where the juice was not worth the squeeze. We also talked about some of the worst and best live anime adaptations, at least the ones that we've seen. So if you guys have any that we did not mention,
Shit.
Did you get
oh,
one?
do
Do you have one?
you remember one?
Yes, nigga, yes.
Yeah, go ahead,
What?
spit it out.
Go ahead, throw it out there.
Throw it
my
out there,
God.
bro.
How can I fucking forget?
Was it bad or good? Oh, Pokemon?
Yeah. Taylor, I'm in your fucking seat, nigga.
Hey,
what the fuck you thought this was? Yo. Wrap it up, Sherman. Wrap it up.
That's goat shit right there.
I hate
Oh my god,
I hate this nigga so much.
that was some 6ix9ine trolling right
I
there.
legit thought he was serious.
I know. I was like,
Because Pokemon was one that we forgot to mention. That, in my opinion, that was one of the better ones. Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, no, that was great.
That was good.
Great.
That was
Shouts
really
out
That
to
was
good.
Apom.
really great. Like
Yeah.
they showed off the Pokemon good. Fuck
No,
the storyline,
facts.
but they showed the Pokemon.
Yeah, storyline
good.
was ass, but the,
Yeah.
the
I mean, that
actual,
deserves a quick 5 minutes of
They
our
just don't put Ryan
conversation,
Reynolds
you know
in
what I'm
that ever again.
saying? That shit was weird.
bro,
when
he
you
was
put it in there.
hilarious to Pikachu. I was just picturing like Deadpool, like Pikachu with a Deadpool
Yeah,
mask
like,
on.
that
like,
shit was weird. But did you like how like realistic? And I really liked how they implemented Pokemon in real world. Like they had the
They
fucking
bodied that.
like
Yeah,
they
they
had
were using
Loudred
them.
as speakers. That shit
Yeah.
was
They
fire.
bodied that
yeah,
shit. Yo.
that was dope how they actually used the Pokemon's abilities in everyday life to make shit function
I
in
don't know how they
society.
made Charizard look. They made Charizard look a little creepy, but
Yo, Charizard looks scary.
yeah,
But that's what it would actually look
Bulbasaur?
like, though.
yeah, I guess so.
Bulbasaur looked fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at it because that's what Pokemon would actually look like.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I forgot that wild chick was in the movie theater, like Bulbasaur. Oh, like,
Bulbasaur. I'm like,
she was
is
acting
she here by
crazy.
herself?
yeah,
That
she was
was a
just
wild
laughing
night.
at just the
Yeah.
most random shit.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
like, what is funny about
That's
this right
fucking
now?
hilarious, son.
Oh man, but yeah, so Detective Pikachu, that was another great live anime adaptation.
They should probably
good
do a
call.
sequel soon. Honestly,
They should. I think they
'Cause
were
that
talking
shit
about
came
doing
out-
it.
Yeah, no, they
like-
should. They should.
It came out 2018.
Oh, shout out! They making Chicken Run 2. I don't know who's hype about that, but I am.
Chicken Run 2 it's coming
Yes,
out.
they're making
Chicken
a Chicken
Run
Run
2.
Have you seen
Really?
the first Chicken Run?
Was that when it was like literally chickens like
Yeah,
animated?
claymation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what
they
were trying to
someone
escape the
taking
chicken
over?
coop.
Like they
Yeah.
were taking over like the Earth or something.
I can't remember none of it for the most part. I just know chickens were trying to escape, and I know it's kind of funny. I know it's a classic.
I do
and I think
remember
it's
that.
like
And they were like
20
in a-
years old now.
They're like in a barn and shit, right?
Yeah.
Are they still making the claymation for the second one? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's gonna be dope.
There's
Yes,
another
sir.
claymation that's like an animal.
Wallace and Gromit.
That was the one I was thinking about.
Yeah,
that was
I
a good
forgot
one.
about that. Yo, this is like a dictionary for like classic stuff. Like,
Nostalgia is my thing.
Yeah.
Follow me.
I'm a walking dictionary.
Bet, man.
But yeah, so that's it. That's all we got, y'all. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what y'all thought about this podcast episode. We'll be back next week for episode number 6 with some more topics. Make sure y'all go ahead, drop some suggestions down below because we're running out of brain juice. Not playing. We got plenty of shit, but feel free to drop recommendations. We're more than happy to entertain those, and you guys might recommend something that we didn't think of. So yeah, feel free to add that in there. But
Aye.
that's all we got. All right,
Follow,
y'all.
share, subscribe, Patreon. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Reanimators out. Appreciate y'all.
No rush, you just take your time. Tell me I'm alright. Take me through your mind. Say I'm tryna fuck. I think that you're right. I still feel like